Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in this world. This is Hejin Lee with a morning update for Bitcoin. So I want to start off with the MACD again. This is the daily MACD on the histogram for Bitcoin. So notice how while even during the July correction, even during the September correction, it was nothing. But the histogram was making a bit of a broadening pattern. Now, since the correction, it's pretty important to note the higher highs on the histogram, which is a 9-day moving average. And this pretty much foretold the initial rise to 11,800, but then again it started doing higher lows. Now the significance of that from a 9-day average histogram point of view is that the 9-day for me is an early detection system. It's a leading early indicator as to how the 12 and the 26-day moving average work. So here's a 12-day. Now the important thing here is that the 12-day has made a higher low as well. And that's significant. And this turn, if this turn goes up makes another higher low, it would be most ideal. Now, what I'm kind of foreseeing a little bit from a forward discernment perspective is potentially an upward pointing wedge on the MACD. And that, again, to me, will probably be in the July timeframe. You see, usually higher lows also generate incrementally higher highs. And that results in a contracting formation. I'll say that again. Higher lows combined with incremental higher highs will generate usually a wedge pattern. And this one will be pointing pretty high. So I think we will rally into July. And I'm not sure whether this will generate a new higher high. But here's the thing. I think MACD will generate a lower high compared to the prior peak, but the price could and would probably generate a higher high. And there you would have a negative divergence. And that negative divergence could uh, be a huge indicator for a pending decline to come. And this decline in July will be pretty sizable, 50% or so, I believe, in price. And once that decline happens, it'll be another panic sell mode again. Sentiment will turn negative again. Many will blame hedging for whatever the reason that they may have. Many will blame anyone but themselves for the decision of not having taken profits. The number one aspect when you know that you're getting good at investing or trading is when you don't blame anyone but yourself. No one takes responsibility for your trades, your analysis, except yourself. You never blame another analyst. You never blame anyone else who recommended whatever to you. It is always your decision. So I wanted to start off with this today and give you my perspective as to why I'm thinking in July. Pretty much the cryptosphere, in my opinion, will probably rally into July, maybe past it, maybe into August. And we'll have a sizable correction into October, November, maybe December. But I think there will again after that be a very notable rally. But let's first get through this. So here in price, we can get an action like that. All-time new highs. And then from here will be a 50% correction. And now let me give you the Elliott wave perspective of what I'm considering. So we will likely go up in 5-wave direction. And then from here, we'll probably correct, whether it be A, B, C, A, B, C, D, E. I have not a clue. It'll probably long into October because of the hurry up and wait syndrome, remember? And this, from a bigger picture perspective, will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which will be subwaves of a higher degree wave 1. And then a higher degree wave 2. That is what I'm talking about for that 50% correction, or 61.8% correction, 62%. It'll be 50% fib retracement of 61.8. Oh God, hey, it could be 78.8. Who knows? But whatever it comes out to be, it'll be wave 1, 2. This is where it really gets exciting. What comes after wave 2? Wave 3. And that is the wave 3 where I had shown in another chart that could take us potentially to stratospheric heights of 147K or so. Now, the further you go out in time in your projections, the less accurate it becomes, of course. But this is what I'm thinking on a bullish perspective. I do have a bearish scenario, which I won't be putting out yet until I see the indications of it. And for those of you who are already Elliotticians, you remember why I was counting this as a leading diagonal. And that had implications to the bearish scenario. So yes, I think we will rally, and probably soon rally hard into July. May will be a phenomenal month. Why? May will be the time when wave 3 probably initiates. And wave 3 amongst the 5 waves in an impulse is the most violent in its move. So that's what I've got today. I hope this is helpful for you to maybe consider into your due diligence. More to come.